The Nigerian Premier Football League Championship playoff has been going on for a while in Lagos. This is meant to be the mecca of club football in Nigeria. The best teams in the country across the two groups, 3 from Group A and Group B, are in Lagos for the championship playoffs. We have Eyimba, Rivers United, Lobby Stars, Sunshine Stars, Remo Stars, and Bendel Insurance. Fans are gathered, have been enjoying good football, but sadly, we have been enjoying, or we've been served a feast of draws so far. Example, match day 3 had 3 draws totally. Remo Stars has had wins snatched back from them at the death practically by Rivers United. They conceded immediately against Sunshine Stars immediately after the restart, and the question is, with 2 match days to go, who will take this competition by the horn, like grab it by the horn and basically move forward and qualify for the continental places? Bendel Insurance has been nicknamed Ben Draw Insurance by a journalist because you're sure of one thing: if they don't score you, you can't score them. The question now is, will they today, playing against Rivers United, will they be able to grab all 3 points, their first 3 points at this competition, and go 6 points and practically get to the top before other matches today are played? Now, this is just my opinion though. I was speaking with 2 to 3 other journalists today and about what they think about today's fixtures, the next fixtures, and who they think will occupy the continental places. Let's do this, guys. The quality of football we've had at Nigerian Super League cannot be put to question. However, the lack of goals has always posed a problem for us, mostly when we compete on the continent. I'm joined today by Izuchukwu from Pulse to talk about the Nigerians, clubs in Nigeria, and the fact that they always have a low scoring return. You've watched 3 days of the Nigerian Super 6. We are here to watch the 4th day. What or why is it hard for us to create chances from midfield into attack and actually convert them?
Thank you, Modu, for having me here. Firstly, in terms of attacking output, I think at times for me personally, I would always say that maybe most of these guys are not really as composed as they should be. If you take, for example, the Rivers United game against Lobby Stars, they had a lot of chances.
Indeed, they did.
Yeah, to score, and you could see even from sitters and so on and so forth, they all missed those chances. So I think at times I also blame the coaches, because some of these teams can't even create the chances. There are some that can create, the Remo Stars, the Rivers United, they can create. Sunshine struggles to create, So most times you also can put it down to the players themselves. There are a lot of players here I've seen who they attack very well. They know how to handle the ball, but that is it. They dribble, but nothing else comes in. So coaches too should be able to try to identify those guys who have more to their game.
Yeah, like you mentioned the Rivers United game, particular reference has to be made to the fact that those chances that we talked about were mostly missed by the person playing the free role in the midfield. That is Chiamaka Mad. The curious case of Imade from Bendel Insurance. Amazing all season, interesting, struggling well for his team, and comes to the Super 6. And the hustle and bustle is still there, definitely, but the goals have just not come. In the last game, he came in late, he was put on the bench, came in late, beat his man, and gave a shot that basically stung the palms of the goalkeeper Ojo Olorunleke of Eyimba. How good is Imade from your point of view?
Firstly, let me say that the game against Eyimba, I was looking forward to seeing Imade, start, and then I was surprised. I think that was the first shock for me. I saw him on the bench, and I was like, Coachy, this game is important to you, and Imade is on the bench. I heard 1 or 2 things about it, but I can't confirm. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. At times it could be that there are certain players who suffer from a break in momentum.
Like a 2 weeks break before.
Yes. So it's always difficult for them to pick up. There are other people who at times they need that break and then they start again. So I think that's the case. But you know, the game against Eyimba, he came on and he almost had an impact. And I feel that probably how the coach will get the best out of him. Maybe inject him to the second half, you know, for him to pick up, because he showed more against Eyimba than he did in the first two games, you know. So for the coach, perhaps he saw something. You know, I think I've been watching Remo Stars, who a lot of people question, why not start your number 14, Olamileko? Why not start Lokosa? But at times you don't break something that is working. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. For now, those two guys come in to make an impact, and at times it helps the team. You know, so maybe the coach would have found something for him. Yeah, he was really important for them during the season. But this is the playoffs. It might not go the same way you planned. So for now, perhaps Imade could help Bendel Insurance more as an impact.
Okay, I'm still talking about. Okay, so you're still around the division I want to discuss now. My question is: so far, who's your goalkeeper of the championship playoff?
That's a difficult one. As a goalkeeper myself.
Okay.
As a goalkeeper myself, I think they've all had one or two moments that you will say, how about this guy? But I think so far, is it Ojo, the Eyimba goalkeeper? Yeah, he's looked more assured. You know, I would have said Sochima, because I'm also a fan of Rivers United. But I feel Sochima has been a bit shaky. You know, not as assured as I want.
He has had some shaky moments.
Yeah, but Ojo for me has actually stood out. For somebody like Noble to be on the bench.
For Ojo, no, Eyimba is a very interesting kettle of fish in terms of their goalkeepers. They have 3 top goalkeepers, and they basically just do like a raffle draw. Like you don't have to do a raffle draw. Throw 3 names inside a bucket, shake
whoever
pick
comes
one name goal. But clearly, Npfl agrees with you, as he has invited Ojo and Sochima. But from my own point of view, personally, the goalkeeper so far of this tournament has been the Bendel Insurance goalkeeper. Because at times he's the difference between the draw that they always get and a loss. You get several times he comes clutch for it. I mean, the defense is very good. They have been the exact same players throughout the season, but several times he comes clutch for his team over and over again. Do you think Amas is going to move after this season?
Maybe, or maybe one a season more in the Npfl. For you know, most times keepers don't really move like that. You know, so I think most likely he would stay. It's for the benefit of Bendel Insurance, especially if they make it to the continent. You know, it's better for them to have him around, and I think he's going to be around. But if he moves, well, who knows? Maybe Israel.
The glory of the league.
Yes. Do you get?
Okay. Yes. Talking about if Bendel Insurance makes it to the continent, make a bold prediction. Pick your 1, 2, and 3 on camera. Put that camera on him. Pick your 1, 2, and 3 to the camera.
Both the ones to set me up, but that's okay. Let's see. Going into this tournament, I think I'm going to stick with it. I feel and I think I would like to see Rivers, Eyimba, and Rebel Stars represent the continent from the league. Then Bendel Insurance can win the FA Cup to make it 4. So that means.
Okay, so who does Champions League places? Which two clubs do Champions League places?
Rivers, Eyimba.
And then Remo goes for the Convention Club.
Yes, and then joined by Bendel Insurance. So for the winners, Rivers United for me. If they can get past, if they get past Bendel Insurance this afternoon.
Sure.
You know, but I'm tipping them to win the league.
Well, in sincerity, I agree with him that Rivers United might have the best team in the Npfl this season. They are complete in every department. In every department, they are that of. The Eyimba is also very good. But when you look at Rivers United, you just feel if you remove one from here, put in anybody else, you have the exact same quality to deliver. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Let's hope for goals today.
Yes, I put out something. I'm like, please, I want to see goals.
I mean,
but hopefully not against Rivers United.
Even if you want to draw, just score 4-4, score 4-4, score 2-2, score 3-3. Draw, but not 0-0.
Thank you. No more draws.
No more draws indeed.
Thank you.
All right, man. Remo Stars equalized at the dead against Eyimba to draw 2-2. Against Rivers United, they scored. Adedayo scored a 94th minute bullet outside the box, perfect shot. And less than a minute later, they had conceded an equalizer to Rivers United after the elaborate celebration from their coach. They were leading Sunshine Stars, and immediately after the restart, less than a minute in, Sunshine Stars equalizes almost immediately. The question now is Remo Stars suffering from a case of lack of concentration at crucial time? I am joined by Woli G to talk about the Remo Stars situation. You've watched Remo Stars 3 games, and they have 2 other games today. What exactly, I mean, why is it impossible for Remo Stars to keep a clean sheet, and why do they always return victory at the death to the opponent?
All right, very quick. Thanks for that question. But for me, I feel the problem with Remo Stars is not just basically about the coach alone. I feel the players on the field of play lack discipline, especially after getting the goal. You know, most times the coaches will tell you the most crucial point in a game is after you score.
True.
Because you celebrate, you're in a jubilant mood, and at the end of the day, you lose concentration at that point in time, and you can be hit on the counter, which was what happened in their second game, where they were leading a 9-minute goal actually for them as well. 94th minute goal from Adedayo. A stunner. In fact, I got the goal on my mobile device, so on the, in the stands as well. Yeah, that's a collector's item, definitely in the stands. And for me, I was like, okay, this is the end of the game. But you know, even the young man, Olamilekun Adams, was still even playing around there, and I was disappointed with him because definitely you've not won yet. There's nothing to celebrate about. Yeah, it was a lovely goal, but at the end of the day, you don't celebrate until the game is over. That's the game of football. Anything can happen. So I feel the lack of concentration from the players as well has been their their problem at this point in time. And for me, I feel the coach really has, I think, a backup plan. But I tell you that if plan A does not fail, you don't need a plan B.
True.
Now, what happens with Coach Dan, Ijabo, for me, is that he has been so cautious in this tournament. You know, there are times when we expect him to start this set of players, but you just come with, and we look at, okay, when you now up the tempo in the second half, when you bring the likes of Olamilekun Adams, you bring the likes of the regular one-time highest goal scorer in the league, Lokosa, you bring him on, and you see the tempo be upped at that point in time. But at the end of the day, I feel most times it comes too late. It doesn't. You don't make the changes when you can actually get the win. You make the changes when you're looking for a draw.
Okay. Personally, I mean, Ijabo is an amazing.
No doubt, fantastic coach.
So the entire Remo Star system is
fantastic,
amazing,
lovely pattern of play.
But yes, like you asked, most times we have Lokosa coming and go central.
Yeah.
In the last game, I think, no, again before the last one, Lokosa came in, went central. The tall guy, and they had to go out.
Go to the wings.
I mean, I always wonder what happens if by any chance we see both of them dead center, maybe one slightly ahead, not done for Lokosa to pursue. But that's not the question.
Okay.
My question is this: set pieces, goals that have been scored. We have seen Remo Stars score 2 free kicks.
Training set
that
piece,
are basically training set piece. And we don't see enough of that in the
Npfl.
So how important is training, different training scenarios, to how well a team can actually perform in a game, looking at the few set piece goals that the Remo Stars scored?
I think for me, it is a very, very important aspect. Talking about the technical aspect of our game in the Npfl. I was with the colleagues a couple of days ago, and we're talking about the fact that we lack technical players. Very serious technical players. You look at the angles of the goals we score; they are more or less, the cheap goals. We want to see technical goals, like the stunner scored by the Imba player at last game day.
Yes.
The stunner was a lovely goal. These are the kind of goals we want to see. It was a worldie for me, and I feel these are the things we can see on a regular. Now, talking about the set piece situation, for me, I feel we need to do more. The technical angle of each team in the Npfl really needs to do more. You can see that the technical team for Remo Stars, they are top notch. You know, when they need to up the tempo, you notice that the tempo changes. The passes between Adedayo Ojo and the other Ojo, is always want to give and go with the other player playing as a 4 for me. So fantastic midfield trio. By the end of the day, I feel they really need a clinical finisher. Someone in the mode of Obioma who just needs a slight chance, who needs just 2-3 chances to get a goal.
Okay, so the next question is, will Bendel Insurance ever win at the Super 6? I mean, 11 draws in 12 games. Will we see Bendel Insurance celebrate all 3 points before the end of this tournament?
All right, I don't want to be a prophet of doom because they call me the radio prophet, but I don't want to be a prophet of doom. At the end of the day, I don't see them getting a win.
Wait, 5 draws?
I've seen 5 draws.
They play Rivers United today, 5 draws.
The least they can get is a loss. and they don't want to get a loss, so they are comfortable with a draw.
I almost don't think Bendel can even lose.
That's
like,
it.
Their defense
want
and their goalkeeper is so good. I don't think they can lose.
They can. Now, you see, I tell you, they can. Now, if I was a coach, I look at their central defensive pairing. There's this guy that wears this. That's
and Tamuno or something.
I think Tamuno, the guy with the armband. That's their most clinical central defender. All you need to do is give him somebody that can walk in. If you are playing against Remo Stars, put an Olamilekon Adams and probably Junior Lukosa side by side in a 4-4-2 formation. Use Olamilekon Adams to distract Tamuno, and you get a chance to walk away around Junior Lukosa feedbacks. As long as this guy is distracted, talking about Tamuno, then you can always get the goal. But as long as the Tamuno is always is the last man, is the 5. Yes. He waits. He controls the game from the back. And so he has a clear knowledge of reading the game, and that's something I've noticed. He's always there doing his bit, cleaning, mopping up, making sure he's covering for the 3, he's covering for 2. Very good on the ball as well. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Just in case you catch this joke.
Okay.
Do you know Pep Guardiola?
Yeah.
No, do you know the joke?
Okay. I don't know the joke. Okay,
good. So bold predictions, not just for today, but for the Super 6. Which 3 teams go to the continent for you? Which 3 teams?
On the pattern of play,
okay.
I'm going to choose on the pattern of play.
Let's go.
I feel Remo should lead.
Remo.
Then,
so Remo wins the Super 6?
No.
Okay, so
you're just saying, who wins the Super 6?
The Super 6?
I think it's between Eimba and Rivers United at this point in time.
Who wins?
Okay. I'll go for the defending champions. They have the stuff of champions. They've been clinical and they've been, when it's time for brains, they bring the brains. When it's time for bronze,
and they are the best, and they have the best pack of players in the league.
To be honest.
So Eimba goes second.
Yeah, Eimba goes second.
And then Remo goes to
third.
The Convention Cup.
I see Remo going to the continent as well.
Contest in FA Cup.
They're not that bad. Fantastic team, no doubt. Young players coming in through, and I feel what they need to do is, let's see the next 3-4 seasons, then they can say they are fighting for the Npfl totally.
They say shoe get size, but clearly their size of shoe no come only come stadium. Lobby Stars have basically been trying to get started, but have not been able to get started at this competition so far. The question now is, why are the boys from Benue basically meet at this competition? I'm joined with Mr. Edape of Elevated TV to talk about Lobby Stars and Sunshine Stars at the Npfl Championship playoff. Lobby Stars have tried. They have shown some glimpses of interesting football, but they've not done anything up front.
But sometimes you look at Lobby Stars and you have to first talk about where they are coming from. The season before this one that just ended, Lobby Stars and Sunshine Stars, as you mentioned, escaped relegation by a whisker. Aren't we being too hard on them, being on the fact that they made it to the top 6 first off in the Abri season? And you know how the Abri season is. Lose 1 or 2 games and you are off it. And the fact that they made it up to the playoff in the first place, and then coming into the playoff, we know that, like I always say, money is the name of the game. There's quality in Remo Stars, there's quality and experience in Eimba, there's quality and experience in Rivers United. If you look at it on the tail end, you will say that the only team that practically has surprised us this season is Bendel Insurance, just gaining promotion and counting off the back end of the second half of their second division run, where they didn't lose any game up to the last 22 or 21 games that they played, not losing. That's the surprise of the season. Some say it's because the deputy governor is carrying them on his lap. Some say, but whatever anybody wants to say, they are traditional team. They are also in the finals of the Federation's Cup. So it tells you a lot about them. But then I look at Sunshine Stars and Lobby Stars. I didn't expect them to even make it to the championship. But now that you're here, you're expected to kind of like put something. I go back to Lobby Stars of 1999. They came to Lagos and won the playoff. The first time ever that the league went into a playoff, the Pepsi playoff then, Super 4 as it was called then. They won it with Roberta Caroli, John Enen Okon, and a few of the Zaki and the rest of them. And I thought that spirit would be resurrected again. I'm sure this squad was not, reminded of what they've done, the exploit that is done at this level. And like they say, sugar size, but I think they came with the wrong shoe.
He said they came with the wrong shoe. So biggest surprise for me basically is Sunshine. I mean, over the years I've watched them and they are very direct, long ball from the back forward. But under Agoye, they basically put the ball on the floor. They play around, good from defense, good from midfield, but connecting midfield to attack on the floor becomes their biggest problem. Hence, they basically score
dead balls.
Yes, you get dead balls,
direct goals,
and stuff like that. Can Sunshine find their way to go? in these last 2 match days?
The sun doesn't seem to be shining. We're in raining season, so it seems like a little bit of the rain and the clouds are holding back the sun. But let's talk a little bit about Edith Agoye. Edith Agoye was in that 1995 3SC team that went all the way to the finals of the CAF Champions League and lost to Zamalek 2-1 on penalties. 2-1 here, 2-1 over there, and it was on penalties. They lost that. They had Edith, the leads, Kunde, Ajibade Babalade, Dotto Alatiche, Patrick Ovi, Dukudi. Edith Agoye was the strike partner for what's it called? Olumide Harris, who was the highest striker with 10 goals in the league that season. So he's used to playing that kind of ball. Godfrey Isu was their coach, you know. So what they have right now is a team that is barely patched up together. You could see the semblance of what Edith Agoye wants to do, but I don't think he has the quality of players that matches that. But I hope maybe next season we will see better.
Bold prediction: which 3 teams go to the continent from this championship playoff?
That's a bit hard.
In correct order.
So I'm a Rivers United fan because I played for Sharks. But the most experienced team in Nigeria that you always want to see play on the continent is Eyimba Football Club of Aba. So I'm going to say, at one point the pendulum was swinging Rivers. For now I'm going to say Eyimba, Rivers, and magically Remo Stars.
And Remo Stars.
Yeah.
And then the Insurance will go and fight at the FA Cup.
I think the Insurance will get their qualification from the FA Cup. They'll beat Rangers. Yeah.
Opinions have been shared, and how the championship playoff is going to go remains to be seen with 2 match days to go. But we're here, we're enjoying all the games of match day 4 and match day 5, and we're going to come back at the end of the entire tournament to wrap up all that has been said. Till that time, my name is Mo the Victor. I create sports content. Let's have fun. Follow, subscribe, YouTube. Let's go, guys.